Okay, I think we're live. Just sorting things out, guys. Won't be too long. Okay. How are you, boys? Just setting up at the moment. So yeah, give me like a minute and we'll start answering questions. I just got to share this thing as well. I don't know how to pop chat on top of the screen, so just gonna use the chat box like we did last time. So yeah, team hasn't changed. I'm just gonna share this to Twitter. Hang on. I just brushed my teeth. I think I got stuff on my face. Yep, so team hasn't changed at all, believe it or not. The only change I've made is Bergman is out for now. So I knew he needed to take Hartlett's spot. I knew Hartlett would probably take his spot, which is what we're all expecting. But I think Bergman, I can't remember, I think I read somewhere that he's a little bit versatile, so maybe they keep him on the bench and play him somewhere, rotate him, I'm not sure. He's pretty hard to leave out the team. So, yeah. So that's my only change. So the team's exactly the same. I can speak a bit more about my team. I might start off doing that. But yeah, so it should be good. Let me just check Discord real quick. Okay, great. So I'll start asking questions, but yeah, I'll just go over my team really quickly. But yeah, so defense is staying the same. It's not changing. I like Butts as an option just because I think he can make a bit of money. I know he's a key defender, but he can find the ball. Can take a few intercepts. So Dudo will be back, probably steal some, but he can, not all key defenders are just complete lockdown. So he's one that, he might have to play lockdown, but here and there doesn't mean he can't take intercepts here and there. Especially it might free him up to take the second defender once Talia comes back. So I'm happy with his job security. And Highmore and Cozzy, well, I'm not exactly sure how long they stay in the team for, but I think Highmore's good enough to hold his spot. Cozzy might be a bit harder. Oh yeah, midfield's like the same. So no Neil, no Oliver, but I've explained why in my video. They have limited preseason, and yeah, I'm a bit worried about not owning them, to be honest, but they're definitely going to come down. Neil will definitely come down in price. Oliver maybe a little bit. But yeah, big fan of Steele. He has a little bit of an outside game. Saw it in the trial game, saw it in the preseason game. Maybe his tackle numbers get hurt a little bit because he does get a lot of tackles, but he can kick goals now as well. He didn't really have that a few years back, so that's great. McRae, probably, love McRae. McRae and Merritt, probably, it feels like they're going to benefit a lot for the new rules, so we have them. Yeah, Dunkley, obviously saying Dunkley. I can't believe the urgency to get Danger in on Twitter. People ask me, Danger or Dunkley. I say Dunkley, and they're like, "Oh no, I don't want to get rid of Danger." That's fine, but I feel like Dunkley is F1 by quite a few points. Tom Phillips I like Phillips. A little bit worried he gets stuck in the 80s somewhere if he doesn't get it inside mid-time. But I think he does because the coaches want him to, but you can never be sure. So like Dan Houston last year, they said he was going to get mid-time. He didn't really get it. Consistently, eventually settled down back. So it could be one of those cases. But I know they want Morrison and Downey on the wing, so I'm thinking Phillips and Yeah, Phillips rotates in and out, probably more outside, but the upside is there, and he's looked really good as an inside mid. So I think, he could average 100, he could average in the 80s. It just depends how much inside mid time he gets, I suppose. I'd probably say, I'm thinking low 90s with a bit of upside, but it's very hard to tell. He's in the right age bracket, 24. He's starting to hit his peak as well, so I guess that helps. Yeah, Jordan Clark, I always think you have to have him. He's one where I wouldn't put it past Chris Scott to take him out of the team, but it's going to be very hard because, the run and carry that he gives is just far too good. I've always felt like they've been a slow backline for a while, I guess. And rookies are fine. I'm not exactly sure Scott plays, but hopefully. Gordon Grundy should be fine. This guy has got to get banned. Let's get rid of him. Gordon Grundy is pretty no-brainer. Grundy, there was a thing on Channel 9 the other day about Grundy, about how he wasn't at his best. So, I think we all knew that anyway. Then we got Gorn. Gorn is Max Gorn. He's the captain option. There's less stoppages. I read somewhere there's 15 less stoppages. I can't confirm that, but it definitely looked there were less stoppages. So maybe his score gets hurt a little bit, but yeah. And then the forward line. So Ab Atkins, it's a bit of a gamble, but he looks good. He's done everything right. It's going to be very hard for him to not get that role early on. So halfback, there's huge upside with halfbacks. And again, as I said in my video, Matthew Scarlett picked him to play halfback. You trust that. He's fulfilled it really well. And then these guys are just whatever, like Zeeble halfback, Impey halfback, Campbell probably starts halfback, Warner, big numbers, can play a bit of midfield. Jimmy Rowe, you have to pick him. Fullerton, I don't like at all because he's going to lose his spot to McStay, probably. So I might even go someone else. If someone else comes up, I'll go them. I'll also go Harry Jones. So, yeah. All right, let's start answering some questions. Oh, there's a lot of bad questions or spamming. Oh, that's just that guy. Okay. So, I'll answer questions. How are you, boys? Show us your team. Well, here it is. No changes. I haven't made any changes for a few days. As soon as the Dogs game was finished, I knew this would be my team. The only one I am slightly worried about is Phillips, slightly underperforming because it's no guarantee he gets the inside mid-time. Even though they've set it and he's trained there a lot and he's played there in the match games, there's always that risk there. But I don't really rate the forwards much this year. Maybe we'll learn a bit more about them. But even like Marshall, is Marshall going to lose? There's less stoppages, so maybe Marshall's score gets hurt a little bit. And I don't trust Sidebottom either, just for whatever reason. Just roll. He's turning 30 and now he's getting soft tissue injury, so that's a little worry. So, I like Phillips. Thoughts on Stephen May? Well, I think he might miss round 1 because of the concussion protocol. I'm not sure. I think he's fine, though. His durability is not good enough over the years. He's improved his off-field stuff to improve his durability, but I think I'd rather pick someone that's has a better history of playing 20-plus games. No Grundy at R2. No. Okay, so here's the thing. So Paul Hunter might play a bit more because it feels like they've pushed back Marshall's return date. Before it was like round 2 to 4 or something. Now it's kind of round 4 best case. So we might get 2 price rises out of Hunter. And McKernan might probably place forward round 1. So for Max King, I think Hunter stays in. So there's money to be made, but there's also like you don't want to deal with trying to trade in Grundy. Like Grundy at 650, he's better than the 650 mids, probably most likely. Maybe McRae can outdo Grundy, but it'll be similar. But Grundy for 650, just pick him. So I forgot to say before. He's improved. Well, a thing on the Channel 9 was like saying like he needed a release. He was really struggling with hub life, like real bad. So and he's fit and ready to go. He's he's going to be unleashed this year. So just pick Grundy. You don't want to deal with not having Grundy. It's going to be a disaster. How likely your team changes? Okay, he asked that before. Not. I mean, it's been the same. I think Fullerton's probably going to change. Maybe we get Finley McRae. Probably not though. It doesn't sound like it. But in the preseason, sounds like he was ready. But yeah, it just hasn't happened. And maybe we get Eli Smith with Rayner going out. So fingers crossed. Maybe we get like Bowie or Lowry, something like that. Maybe we get one of them. I think Bowie's in the... I can't remember if it was a VFL or a trial game. He was racking it up off halfback. So maybe that's an option. But doesn't look likely. I'm starting a VC loophole. That's fine. I would only pick Combin as my loophole. I don't want no shenanigans in defence and in the forward line. It's just a pain. I should probably explain it. So for Supercoach, for me, I just want to make the game easy, as easy for me as possible. So what happens is when you have a loophole in defence and the midfield, say you have 5, right? So all of a sudden you're kind of down a player in these lines for the rest of the year, because you're not supposed to trade out your loophole. So you're already down a player in the buys, whereas if you have a loophole at R3, you're not down in the buys. It doesn't count for anything because you have Gorn and Grundy there. So that's one thing. And it just makes life hard, because if you have your loophole on the field and you have the emergency on your other player, if one of your other players is a late out or something, especially with team names when we might not be sure, then you're going to cop a donut if your loop's already played. So that's it. It's low, very low chance of happening, but it's going to be a massive pain in the ass. You don't want to deal with that. So, and your loophole might get stuck in other lines. Like, I'd rather my loophole be stuck here and just for brief stints during the season at F8 than stuck up here. It doesn't make any sense to me. So hopefully I explained that okay. I feel like there's a fair bit more to go in depth about that, but it just complicates things, and risking your laid out, and you're probably gonna have a donut at R3 at some stage anyway. So then you got 2 donuts for no reason. Like, just pick Combin eventually. I don't think Combin might play very late in the year, but it doesn't sound like it. So yeah, I would start a loophole. I might go Combin over Fullerton, because Fullerton's probably going to lose his spot to McStay anyway. He might not, but as it stands, it seems likely. Link's wearing a Batman mask. Okay. Hey George, love your content. What do you think of the ideal structure for Supercoaches this year? Yeah, great question, Matthew. Well, here's the thing. In defence, I think the defenders are on sale, basically, because it seems like they're all going to score more. Again, we don't know for sure, but yeah. So I feel like because they're on sale, but you don't want to pick too many, I guess, because you want to leave slots open for Whitfield, for example, maybe Luke Ryan. But at the same time, I'm not against it, because they're underpriced. And you can throw lead in the midfield anyway if things work out that way. So I'd go 5 primo defence. Maybe you want to run Young or Clark here. I would personally run... I don't know if I'd run Clark. If you run Clark, then you kind of have to run these 3. Because, yeah, Clark's job security is slightly dodgy, but I think he'll play. And then, yeah, Heim and Cozzy kind of dodgy job security. I think Heim will keep playing, but you never know. And then Butts is good, but yeah, a lot of people, it kind of strangles you having a 170k rookie here. But for me, it just worked out. So I understand why that would annoy people. Maybe we get someone else, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it. So 5 in defence, in the midfield, I'd go 3 or 4 big mids. I got the 3. And the forward line, just whatever. Go Gorn and Grundy. So 5 defence, 3 or 4 mids, 2 rucks, and then you could go 0 forwards, to be honest, with just these guys, for example. Similar, you could go maybe like Danaher or Dow. I want Dow, but I just can't get him in. But yeah. So yeah, 5 defenders, 3 or 4 mids, 2 rucks, and then whatever's left over, Rookie forward line. I'm wearing a Batman mask. Okay, you probably take that off. I've lost where I'm up to. Okay, I read that twice. Whatever. I've gone with Steele, Petrarch, Oliver, Bont, Merritt, and Toronto. Thought it's probably too deep. Kill one of them. I don't know which one. Maybe Petrarca could be really good. He looked unreal in the preseason game, but not so much the Amy game. But yeah, it was a tough game. I believe in Petrarca. It just seems like an unnecessary risk. But I think he's. If you really like him, then go for it. But yeah, probably too deep. Too much money spent here. Bond's probably more your upgrade target because he'll get moved around a bit. Good day, George. Good day, Jono. Hey, George. Love the content. What do you think? Oh yeah, I've already answered these questions. I just miss questions so easily. You should loophole every round. Yeah, I suppose. Cordwell Atkins. Okay, interesting. I don't know about Cordwell. There's a few issues with Cordwell. First of all, he's 20, so he's not in his prime. Doesn't mean it's a big ask for him in his third year off only one full preseason at AFL level. Does he get the mid minutes? Probably, but there might be times where McGrath gets more mid minutes because he was playing a lot on a wing. He is skillful, he's really good, he's really talented, and Essendon would be happy with him, but can he do it over a full season? He might tie at stages. I know he said he had a bit of soreness during the... Well, this was nothing, but he said, oh yeah, I've done a full preseason, I pulled up sore here and there, but other than that, I've done everything. So that's kind of a good sign, but you'd rather him say no mention of soreness, but it's like training anyway. Like everyone gets a bit sore after training, so... Yeah, I think Cardwell's going to be like in the 80s and he's kind of expensive. I think high 80s for Cordwell. He's not really an accumulator. So I think speaking to AFL draft expert about him in one of our videos, and we're kind of he was just saying wasn't the biggest accumulator. So probably thinking like high 80s maybe. The role was there, but yeah, does he tie? Durability is another big issue. So yeah. Thoughts on the Forbidden 13 Primo strategy? It's completely fine. Dow or ZD? Maybe like Zeeble Danaher. Probably I'd go Dow over Danaher. I know Danaher's probably a bit better understanding of what you're going to get from Danaher, but Dow's cheaper and he's looked really good in the preseason. Just had a poor game, as did Cripps, so it's whatever. Why is Phillips better than Rao? He's probably not, but Phillips has DPP and Rao. Look at the mids, man. Still McRae, Merritt, and then you got Bont, Petrarca. I don't have Neil. I don't have Oliver, and then Tom Mitchell and Fife is still there. So it's not sure. I want a weak M8 this year. I'm not sure it's the year to do it. I don't mind weak F6, even weak F5 maybe. See how it goes, but yeah. Ralph could be good. He only didn't have enough tackles for my liking, but it's very small sample size. So, yeah. Dow or Danaher? I think Dow. Extra money is really nice. Fife. I don't really thanks for your question, James. I don't really like Fife as a starting pick. He just gets injured all the time. Durability issues. We have McRae, Merritt, durable superstars. Still slight durability issue, but no soft tissue or anything. It just seems like weird, obscure injuries with Steele. He had a wrist. He's been dislocated his patella, so a little bit weird stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't bother with Fife. Yeah, he's probably gonna be a top 3 mid the first few weeks, and then yeah, something will happen to him probably. 30 years old isn't. Yeah, I don't like picking 30-year-olds. Is he 29 or 30? I don't even know. He might be 29. I think Ridley is a lock. Takes 90% of the kickouts. Here's the thing with Ridley that kind of annoys me. It's kind of like Nick Haynes had the same problem last year. Is with the tall interceptor types, even though they can rebound as well and take kick-ins, which is great, sometimes their role slightly changes and sometimes the opposition stops kicking to them if they just start intercepting everything. Really frustrating. So it happened to Ridley later in last year, and Haynes got completely tagged for 2 games near the end of last year. So that's what annoys me about Ridley. Might be up and down, but he's a really good player. So more upside with getting more kick-ins, I guess. But yeah, I think it's fine. I like these guys better. Stewart's a seagull. Short's not really. Short and Daniel not really seagulls, but they just really damaging by foot. Get it in the hands. We know what Laird is, and then honestly, I'm scared to see what Lloyd does this year with the new rules. But I am worried that why wouldn't you use Campbell? I think Campbell and Dawson can, and even Gould, but Gould's not going to play. They're be stupid not to use Dawson and Campbell, who are pretty lethal kicks. So I don't know why they'd persist with Lloyd all the time with kickouts, but it'll take some. He has played on a wing at times in previous years, but Horse likes him in defence. And he said that his role was the same when he was interviewed on radio, I think. So I don't know why I'm talking about Lloyd. Who are we talking about again? Ridley. But yeah, I just like these guys better. Impey instead of Danaher? Oh, probably. The role is just so much better. Defenders are going berserk this year. Thoughts on Nick Blakey? I haven't really looked into him, to be honest. Probably too early. Daniel or Stu? That's like 50-50. I think Stewart's buy is better. The early buy is nice because it doesn't really share with a whole lot of players. It's probably Stewart. Oh, it's a tough one. Yeah, it's really tough. It's like 50-50. I have both, so. McRae or Petrarca? McRae. Simpkin? Not really. No North Primos, please. Gorn or Grundy? Both. Not answering that question. Cordwell or Tom Green? Green Machine's better. Third player will get more mid-time. Oh, maybe not. That's the thing though, like we saw in the preseason game, Hopper, he got more C-Bears than Hopper, and then in the dress rehearsal for the Amy game, Green got more, Hopper got more than Green. And, you know, I really wonder if Green could like get 100 this year. I don't think it's beyond him. Less stoppage points kind of help him. He does have a little bit of an outside game, not a lot, but I've seen it. I've seen him win the ball a bit outside of the stoppage. I trust Green more than Cordwell. I think Green averages more than Cordwell, but Green's not a forward, so it's a hard question. The only reason why it's a debate is because Cordwell's a forward eligible. I guess Cordwell because, I don't know. If Green was getting more mid-time, or if, say, Hopper went out with an ACL or something, which I would never wish upon, but I would go Green. Just because I don't trust Leon to give him enough mid-minutes. Probably Cordwell, I guess. Primo mid-price mid, still Merritt, Cripps, Torino, Phillips, Clark. Final change. I think it's fine. I hate Cripps, honestly. I don't trust him. He's gone, but I just haven't seen him at his peak. And then his body gets slows down as the year goes on, so yeah. Ladham's up forward, no. Sometimes Port mess with their rucks. Look, it could work, but I don't trust it, put it that way. Maybe Sam Hayes gets some games this year, I don't know. Young or Clark at D5? Think Young for jump security. It's hard because Clark's ownership's so high, it's going to be really painful if you don't have him and he does what he does well. It's a hard one. Clark's got an extra in the system. I'd probably just go Clark. It makes more sense to go Young, but the extra money's really nice from Clark, and Clark probably outscores him. Maybe Young loses some of that kickouts. I don't know what the Ryan Young split for kickouts, probably be 50-50 or something. I think I'd go Clark just because the major factor is the ownership protection. I think Young averages like low 80s or something, not sure. What do you think of Cripps or Bont? Cripps and Bont? No, I don't like Cripps. It could work, but I don't really want to pick a potential. He is a potential bust. That's the thing. Just because he just looked lethargic as hell. He might be good, but yeah, I've said it a trillion times. I just wanted to see something. I think Bont's fine if you want to pick him. Probably more of an upgrade target, but yeah, he could go berserk the first few rounds. Very possible. Rao Phillips. Well, only because it's forward eligible Phillips, I guess, but Rao's probably going to average a fair bit more. Maybe Rao goes somewhere in the hundreds, Phillips somewhere low 90s, I don't know. I can see the thinking behind Atkins. I don't think it's worth it as we are back to 30 trades. That's fine. Like, I'm not going to... Here's the thing. So many people tell me stuff on the Discord and like, George, yeah, I don't think you should do this. It's like, I'm not going to listen. I just listen. I can think for myself. It's like, this is just a baseless statement. And look, whether he's right or wrong, it's irrelevant. So I've thought it through myself and I have a low risk. In my opinion, I have a low risk team. I get Phillips might slightly underperform. Short and Steele only proven kind of over one season, really. Still probably a season and a half, to be honest. Yeah. Other than that, it's just like Clark, slight job security. Atkins, slight job security, I guess. So, from what I saw, Atkins played phenomenal. So, yeah, you could be right, but I'm not, like, this doesn't, it's going to change my thinking. Okay, that's about the spamming. Dunk, Zorko, Atkins, Ebel, Danaher, Warner starting forward line. Yeah, that's fine. Zorko, I don't like Zorko. Even though he will score decently well, I don't know his mid-forward split. And I don't know, I think he had Achilles tendonitis all last year and he's 32. I don't like picking midfielders that are over 30, so yeah. As starting picks at the probably around max price. Do you think Clark and Bergman will play? I think Clark does. How can you not? And Bergman, probably not. Fingers crossed he like sneaks in on the bench with Harlett in the team. But if Harlett's not named and Bergman's in, I don't think you can pick Bergman. If like Hartlett's listed as 1 week or something. I can't even remember why Harlett was out. I think he's injured. So I think Clark and Bergman probably not. Is Dunkley a must? Absolutely. Okay, hi John. I hear Tom Mitchell's right to play round 1. Would you pick him? Nah, too limited preseason. He's an upgrade target. We're going to need him for sure though if he's looking like 15-10% off his best. Thoughts on Nick Blakey? I haven't really looked into it. Sorry, Dylan. Thinking of May as a pod. I think he might miss round 1 because of concussion. I'm not sure. Put him instead of Stu for Helmet. I like how you call him Helmet. Yeah, I think you could do it. I just think the durability of Stewart and Daniel, while it's not perfect, it's a better history than May. But May's cheaper and he'll score really well. May maybe an upgrade target. And May's going to drop games. May might drop games where like he can drop like a 50 every now and then if he just plays more lockdown. Has like a more difficult matchup or something. So for that reason, I think you could if you wanted. I prefer a lot safer with Stewart or Helmet. Hey Jab, how are you? Raoul Phillips. Is this guy asked this 4 times? I'll throw him up too. I kind of have to get up early tomorrow, so I don't really want to stay up late. So I need to plow through these questions. I wake up at 8 and go to work at 9. This is ridiculous. I need to like get a better routine. Okay, so I just need to find out where I'm up to. Okay, thoughts on 4 primo defenders? Yeah, it's fine. Still Clary, McRae, Laird, Simpkin. Yeah, that's fine. Dunks, Caldwell, Zewell. Yeah, that's fine. Not the biggest fan of Simpkin. I know he's capable. Just he plays for North. They're gonna get flogged. Can you make my team? No. George is a legend. Thank you, the game. Blakey might run through the mids a bit, Dylan. Yeah, hopefully. Waterman from Essendon. Well, I'm not sure he plays. Fullerton won't play. Maybe not. I think he will early, just not when McStay comes back. Phillips or Dusty M5? Probably Dusty. Depends what you do with the money. Dusty feels like it's hard to pay overs for a guy like Dusty when you're paying overs for a few mids and Lloyd and stuff and got to pay for Gorn and Grundy. So good pick Dusty if it fits the structure. I could pick Dusty over Cripps, for example. Daniel or Stew. I don't know. Yeah, I tried to answer that before. Thoughts on Rowbottom? Is he mid only? I assume he is, so probably not. How much is he? Oh, then I go redo this. No. Maybe go Phillips down to Caldwell. No, don't tell me what to do, please. I don't mean like that in a bad way, but it's not as simple as turning a primo into another primo. Every primo I've looked into, I don't like Caldwell that much. Yeah, I never got that. Like, I only listened to very few people in this game. So, no offense, it's just a silly comment. Spills, how are you? Good to hear from you. Theo, swap Campbell and Dunkley so your team looks sexier. Fine. No, I like Dunkley in the mids. That's where he belongs. Thoughts on Crisp? Averages roughly 100. Yeah, safe, boring pick. Doesn't take kickouts is a problem. Probably with the new rules, anywhere between 95 and 105. Maybe a little bit upside. But yeah, probably their best kick back there, I guess. Can be a bit inconsistent at times because it seems like he's always been better for AFL fantasy. Yeah, super durable though. Crisp is fine. His buy's bad though. Like shares with Lloyd and Laird, and then maybe you want to jump on. I suppose we're not picking Mills. Probably not. Maybe Maynard at some point. Not sure. Don't know. I think 3 with the same buy in the same round is okay. You can get away with that, especially the last one where you can plan for a bit more. Yeah, I think you can pick Crisp if you want. I'd take these guys over Crisp. The durability is an interesting one though. So you might score a few points less, but these guys, Daniel and Stewart, have had soft tissue history, which kind of annoys me to be honest, but that's fine. Thoughts on DeGoey? No. Too injury prone, might go jail. Gil, why did I get kicked out of the YouTube? I'll let you back in the Discord, Gil. But because I don't trust you to not stuff up the league, sorry mate. Yeah, you know why, because your name was very offensive. What's your thoughts on Caldwell? Would you rather Phillips? Yeah, I'd rather Phillips. Okay, I feel like I should do a video on Caldwell and Phillips. Now, both might not work, but I think Phillips is more likely to work. Phillips is in a better age bracket. Like for example, I know Phillips is capable of playing every game, even though he might deviate between wing and inside mid. Like I know his body can hold up. He has the endurance as well, and he's in a better age bracket. His body can hold up for the full year. I don't know if Caldwell can or not with big mid minutes. I know Phillips can. That's the main reason of why I like Phillips over Caldwell. Phillips or Rao? Oh, I've been asked that 5 times. Joe Danaher. Joe is fine. It's just like I feel with Joe. We have like Zeeble, Impey. Now we have Jordan Clark and Campbell. I feel like they're ahead of Joe because of role. Okay, Smith. Hey George, first time I've seen your team. Love to hear how you rank, I suppose. How you rank Dow, Impey, and Campbell. Cheers, Casey. Yeah, no, how are you? Yeah, no. So I think I have Dow third because of how well halfbacks are going, and I think they definitely want to play Campbell. I think Impey definitely plays. So Impey averaged like high 70s playing halfback a few years back, 2 years ago. Then did his ACL, and it brought it back to 74. With the new rules, maybe that helps. Had a good preseason. So I have it. Impey, Campbell, then Dow probably. I think you just have to have. Because of the price, I guess, I think you kind of have to have Campbell. It's only 20k difference from Impey, but Dow third. Probably Impey, Campbell, Dow. I wonder what Campbell can average this year. Probably in the 70s. Impey probably 70s as well. Dow, with the talent, it's hard to tell what Dow's going to do. It could be 80, it could be 65. So, not sure. But yeah, I'd have Dow third. Thoughts on Sam Berry? I hope he plays because he will definitely play. Because I've watched a lot of the Crows preseason, and if Haitley can't make the team, then there's some issues in the Crows midfield there. So I think Berry will play early. I do remember. Okay, sorry, parents making noise. Sam Berry will play because the Crows midfield. There's a lot of players vying for that spot, but a lot of the players that are vying for the extra mid spot aren't doing great. So I think he'll play. If he's named round 1, just pick him because he'll hold his spot. He's good enough. Really good in our intra-club. Like, was almost best on ground in the first half in our intra-club. That's with everybody playing. So, yeah. Thoughts on Hayden Young? Yeah, it's fine. It's just so expensive. And like there's just value in like good premiums everywhere in defense. It just makes it hard to fit him in defense. Campbell versus Dow, probably Campbell. It's a hard one because we're not sure how good Dow is. We probably know Campbell will go in the 70s or something. Any news on Sam Berry? It's just fingers crossed. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say about Sam Berry. So Nix was asked about it, and Nix said like Berry and Pedler need a bit more time being integrated into the Crows midfield system, and Haitley needs to work on defense basically. So that makes me think that Nix is planning on using them in a few weeks. So yeah. Will Brody thoughts? Dropped 5 kilos, 30 seconds off his time trial. Yeah, that's great, but they have Noah Anderson and Rao, who will get plenty of inside mid-time, and Greenwood and Took Miller. He's at least 5th. Don't really trust it, and I'm not sure he always plays every week. So yeah, he looks good, scored well. He might be one to watch for because he's always scored well as a junior, I'm pretty sure. So seems a little risky, but yeah, decent ceiling. But yeah, probably like the 5th string mid. Oh, not string, 5th mid in line. It could work, but I'd rather just wait and see if it does. 11 keepers and Phillips. No, I'm not worried at all. No. Because I'm picking Phillips as a keeper. Locked on Atkins? Sure am. I understand the risk. Thoughts on Morphle? It's a waste of time. He's probably... Is he more AFL fantasy as well? I'm not sure. I don't really want to pick a Hawthorn mid not named Tom Mitchell. I know I have Phillips, but he's forward eligible. 400k. Yeah, Morphle like regressed last year a bit. I don't think Bergman plays round 1, unfortunately. Fingers crossed they find a bench spot for him, but it doesn't look likely. It's very much linked to Hartlett. Dunkley and Dangerfield, good picks. I don't think Danger's a good pick, and everyone's been telling me otherwise, but that's just me. Dunkley's a lock for me, and then Dangerfield, again, it's pretty simple. 31-year-olds. Okay, look at this, right? Okay, let's just take Steele out for now. Look at all these players. Neil, 27. Steele, 25. Clayton Oliver, 23. McRae's 26 or 27. Petrarch is 25. Bont, I think, is 25. Merritt is 24, 25, maybe 26, something like that. I don't know what Hunter is, I don't care. Kelly is 25 probably. Mitchell's probably like 28. And then yeah, Fife is, I think he's 30 or 29, not sure. I think Lyons like 29. Matt Crutch mid-20s. Penderbury was boosted. He's 110 this year, but without the corona year, it's not that. Can you see a trend here? All the best midfielders, because Dangerfield, we have all these DPPs. Dangerfield is competing with these midfielders, right? You can see the trend that, year on year, most of the time, the best mids are in, between 23 and 29, roughly around there. So I know Oliver peaked pretty early, but it's very uncommon. It's very rare for a 31-year-old to score that well, to score like even 110 plus. I'm not sure it's ever been done outside of a corona year. Maybe Abler, but he didn't even play every time that year. Maybe a long time in the past, but yeah, I know Dangerfield's good, but really bad preseason. Still, it took him so long to get over that groin injury. People getting sucked into him. I know he's going to get more mid-time than last year, but I don't... Yeah, it's a bit of a body issue for him. I know he's durable and stuff like that, but it doesn't make sense to me when we have Merritt at a similar price. Just pick a Merritt or McRae, or even I like Steele, or even Oliver. Just pay a bit extra for those guys. It's it doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, that's fine. So yeah, Danger upgrade target. And the decline, look at his graph, or every year is decline. Now he's had a terrible preseason and he's 31. What, it's going to go up because he gets a bit more mid-time? Not buying it. Do you think your forward line... Don't you think that forward line is a bit cheap? Yep, I'm completely fine with that. Look at... Something goes wrong. We have DPP with Dunkley, for example. So, Phillips can come down here. Scott maybe. Campbell can come down. So it's fine. I sent you something on Facebook. It might make you... I'm not going to read it. The reason why... Okay, I don't mean to sound arrogant when I say stuff like this, but I don't like listening to people. I mean, okay, if you give me a good case, okay, maybe I'll consider it. So fair enough, maybe I will read it and I'll consider it, I'll look at it, and then I'll make up my own mind. Like if someone says you should take him out of there because of this, I'll be like, no, like tell me the info, then I'll think about it and make up my own mind. If that makes sense. And again, at this point, unless it's new information, I don't really want to make any changes. Yeah, I don't really want to reconsider stuff right now unless it's new information. Murray, decent option in defence. His job security is not good. So I think everyone's expecting when like Durde comes back in, Talia comes back in, it's going to be very hard for Murray to hold his spot. I don't really see how it's possible, but I guess you never know. But it seems very likely he goes out. Okay, shut up, Blitz. Blitz from a Discord. He trolls a lot, but he's cool. What do you reckon of Hunter Clark? I think it's fine. I'd just rather pick defenders in defence this year, apart from Laird. But yeah, he could break out, but I'm not sure. Daniel or Ridley? I'd go Daniel. I like Ridley, though. It's hard. You can go either, but I have Daniel here, so yeah. No, Rao, I would have thought his upside was hard to ignore. There's too many gun mids, and I'm not 100% sure he's over that shoulder injury. Just because he only had 2 tackles, but and he was eased into the preseason. Like, they were very, very cautious with him. Is that because they want to make him ripe, or is that because he wasn't ready for like contact training? Because it's been a long time, like almost 9 months or something since the shoulder. So for that reason, look, it could be a bad miss, but maybe I'll just pay, if he's really good, after the buy he's like 580k or something. Maybe it could be more, I'm not sure, but he's not competing with rookies anymore. He's competing with Steele, McRae, Merritt for these slots, and I'm not sure I love a lot of the guys in the 500k range, but I could be wrong. He's probably the best one at 500k. Who's your tip for the Brownlow? Oh, hey, Crom. Big nuts. Big Jack Steele. One of my favourites. If McRae gets mid-time a lot, I'd love to see him do well, because he's been doing alright in the Brownlow the past 2 years. Thoughts on McDonald? I suppose that means Luke McDonald. It seems a little risky because I don't know how Noble wants to use him quite yet. And he just turned it over like no tomorrow. So I think McDonald will be a fine pick, but I just prefer not to take that risk. Thoughts on how? I'd rather pick a younger person, to be honest. He's had good durability in the past, but the past few years it hasn't been the best. So I'd rather pick someone that's played more games. That plays more games. Do you punt on footy? No. Sometimes on Brownlow night, just for out of boredom. But no, I don't punt on footy. I don't really punt at all. I might make like 2 mini bets on Sportsbet a year. Just like out of complete boredom. But yeah, don't like punting. Would you recommend 2 dog midfielders? Well, so at least one of them scores well. Well, I think you'll be fine with Bont or McRae. Just feel like McRae is a better scorer and not going to play as much forward as Bont. So, yeah. Why no Fife? I don't like picking 30-year-olds in the midfield when you got durable time players in a better age bracket. You could put Dow in for Campbell in your forward line. Yeah, I feel like I have to have Campbell though. Taking kick-ins. I'm a bit more... So I know... I have a better idea what I'm going to get from Campbell, I think. Could be high 60s. Could be low 60s. I'm not exactly 100% sure. But there's upside for like 70s for Campbell. So... Yeah, especially with the free kick-ins. So... yeah. I want to keep this money in case we don't get Scott. So I can turn him into a 123. Hopefully there's actually someone that's going to be there. So... Might have to be forced to run Fullerton. So we'll see. I do like Dow though. I'm kind of annoyed I can't get him in. Thoughts on Rosie? No. Dow, Impey, probably Impey, I guess. It's a hard one. Impey, halfbacks, like, At halfback, you don't really compete with anyone. With Dow, he has to go up against like the toughest midfielders in the league every week, so it's a little bit harder for Dow to score. 3 must-haves in each position. Good question. So defense, you can probably start without Lloyd just because of Campbell and Dawson probably take some kickouts, but at the same time, and he's expensive, the rules suit him a lot. And Sydney already stuff around with it in the back line, so they always use Lloyd for those 45-metre kicks. Now he's going to be able to do it even more. So, yeah. So I go Lloyd. I guess Laird, I suppose. I don't think you have to. I'm not sure. I'd go 2 of these guys. Lloyd, Daniel, Stewart, Short, plus Lloyd. So, yeah. It's hard to say a must-have, but there's just a lot of good options. Atkins and Lloyd or Phillips and Daniel. I don't know. Good question. Phillips and Daniel is probably safer. Oh, it's a really hard question. Atkins could bust. If you have a low-risk team everywhere else, maybe you could go Atkins and Lloyd, but just be aware that Atkins is pretty, say, moderate to high risk. I think I kind of believe in the pick. He just looks so good. So, yeah. Butters, I don't know about Butters. As good as he is, as talented as he is, and the rate of improvement of Butters has been unbelievably good, I'm not sure the mid-time is there. So maybe it is, maybe it's not. Wasn't there on the weekend. How are you going, George? You going all right? Okay, maybe I'll answer for 20 more minutes. What are your thoughts on Patrick? What do I have this highlighted for? What are your thoughts on Patrick Cripps after Matthew Lloyd said it's the best I've seen him move in about 12 to 18 months? Oh, that's good. That's good info, Liam. Nah. Here's the thing. It's not only the fact that we don't know if he's going to be as good or near as good as he was. It's over the year, he just seems to get worse in the second half of the year. Very taxing game style. That might be the reason. I'm not sure, but yeah. But that's good. That's a good pickup. Yeah, I can understand why you pick him, and I understand why you wouldn't. Doesn't really change that I don't want to pick him though. So, should I take DeGoey as a pod? No, just take Dusty. Thoughts on Caldwell? Yeah, you could, but probably don't be surprised if he gives you an 80s average and gets injured at some point. I mean, his durability's improved over the past year, but doesn't mean that previous durability disappears before that when he hasn't played a full preseason. He hasn't played a full AFL season. Does forward line matter? Yeah, of course. But don't have to have primos. You just, yeah. I feel fine with this forward setup. I'm putting Campbell back. Yeah, I like that better. Thoughts on rookies to start? Oh, yeah. As a Cats fan, I wouldn't be going near Atkins. I reckon I have plenty of games where he barely cracks 60. Maybe. I don't think Cats fans have seen a lot of Atkins, to be honest. 290k, I'm willing. The upside is there. I understand the risk. If it doesn't go well, it's fine. Like, it's only 290k. It requires a correction, which is bad. But yeah, perfect. The role and the way, again, the upside is the way defenders are scoring as well. I'll take the risk. I don't have much risk elsewhere, in my opinion. Just maybe like Phillips a bit and Clark maybe a little bit. That's probably it. Thoughts on rookies to start? Just the ones I have on here. I did a rookie guide as well, so you can check that out if you want. Use the app button, mate. Missed the videos last year. Oh, I think he's talking to Crom. All good. Simpkin and mate, maybe. I don't want to pick North players. Clark or Hayden Young? I'd probably go Clark. Oh, it's a hard one. Young's safer, but Clark's high risk, high reward. Teach, just upgrade to him later. Dan Hill is Zeeble. Clark M5, yes or no? Yep. Ollie Wines. Yeah, Ollie Wines could be in for a good year. I think there's safer options though, but yeah, completely fine if you want to go Ollie. Impy and Zeeble. Oh, geez, replying. George, mate, Steele and Butts or Dusty and Clark? Oh, probably Dusty and Clark. I think Clark outscores Butts by a fair bit. So, yeah. Cray or Lloyd? Cray or Lloyd? That's really hard. Both. Probably McRae, I guess. Just because you got better like 500k guys in defense to go down to, whereas I'm not too sure on a lot of the 500k guys to go down to McRae, but you might not even be in that situation. Really took all the kickouts, gotta take the risk. Yeah, go for it. When you barely call it a risk. Oliver, McRae or Steele? Probably McRae first, then either Steele or Oliver. With a full preseason, Oliver, but because Oliver's had limited preseason, I'm taking Steele. Is Harms worth a look? No. Don't pick Harms. Don't pick Ollie ones. I guess probably. I wouldn't do it, but I can see if you would want to. Is Dusty worth it? Not really, but you can still pick him. And is McRae a lock, even though Treloar will come in? Maybe push McRae to a wing. Someone on Discord said that Treloar was off his face at some event in Melbourne. Or like I can't remember where it was. So that's a good sign if that's true. Probably not true though. Just had too much to drink apparently, but that was like this weekend, Friday night. Fingers crossed that's true and he gets busted. But don't take my word for it. It's just what I was told. McRae's a lock, yeah. Treloar played half-back, half-forward. I know he might upset the balance a little bit, but McRae will get some inside mid-time. McRae's a beast, so better options than Harms, yeah. Do you feel Mills from Sydney will play next week? Is concussion. It's kind of unnecessary to pick Mills. Not sure how good he is as a midfielder, whereas we know, these defend options are much safer. Get Dunkley over Dusty, facts. Jaws, I got Tim Kelly, pick someone else. Jeremy Howe, if you want. I'd prefer a better, more durable player. I'm not going to answer that. Who's the cheapest player on your team? Well, Scott. In terms of rookie mid prices, probably Atkins or Phillips. Phillips is a keeper. With Atkins, I just want 85 or 80. I'll take that. And I understand that might not be as, like, say he goes high 70s. That's not what I want. But I want to take the risk because there's upside. We might have to correct him to somebody. I'm not sure who. Maybe like could go to Willem Drew. I'm not sure. That's what I want to do. I know it doesn't sound great, but Willem Drew is playing really good this year. Huge numbers as a junior. So I'm just trying to think who's in that price bracket. Maybe we can go down to someone, maybe like Paddy Dow or something. I'm prepared to correct it. I'm just like, I feel fine about it. I feel like my bench is reasonably strong, almost as strong as it can be. Maybe Fullerton's a bit weak, but other than that, maybe M8's a bit weak, but Downey and Brockman will play, so I don't feel like I've taken huge risk overall. So happy to take Atkins because I love the role and he looks good. I guess Atkins is the cheapest player-ish in terms of potential keepers, but yeah. Not saying he will be a keeper, but there's an off chance. Should I stick with Heaney? No. Shanahan, no. Too old. Stevenson, no. Too outside-ish. Aaliyah or Clark. Cunnington or Prestia, neither. Too injury prone. Also Andy Brayshaw, yeah, could be good. Don't mind Andy B, but his time and ground is dodgy sometimes, so. And his disposal, while it was improved last year, it can be bad. Gruffy. G'day George, notice you've swapped Bergman to Fullerton. Yep. I kind of knew Bergman was a stretch. I don't think I said it in the video, but I knew that Harlett would probably take Bergman's spot. But I was just hoping like maybe there's a spot for him on the bench or something, but it's just wishful thinking. But yeah. I don't really even like Fullerton, to be honest. I think I might just go Combin as a loop. I haven't decided yet. It's the only change I see happening, unless there's other rookie changes or something happens to Primo. But yeah, this hasn't changed for like 5 days. Since maybe longer. Maybe like 7, because I think midway through the Dogs game, that's when I knew what I was doing. I actually had Nick Hind during the week over Atkins, but I just wanted to research him as much as possible. And I like Hind, he looks good, but can rush his disposal, which is going to hurt him a little bit. So Atkins better. Hind's probably better outside. Atkins is good, better contested ball winner. So probably Atkins for Supercoach and cheaper as well. but less security in job. Tom Tyson, job security, well, I feel like he's behind Cunnington and Anderson, who'll come back, and Dumont. I think Dumont's more outside. And then they got all the kids they should be giving games to, so probably not Dom Tyson, but it could work. So if you're going Dom Tyson and you go on Jordan Clark as well, then it's like, yeah, like double, more collective risk. Cripper, potential top 6, yeah, he could be, but I don't want to pick him. Any value in Zach Fisher and Heaney? No, bad roll. Phillips can average 100 plus bro, fingers crossed. He looks really good inside. I hope they use him more, and that's kind of a bet that they're going to use him more, but they've said they're going to use him more. They've used him more in the preseason. When Tidge comes in and O'Meara comes in, probably going to be used a bit less, but I still think they want to use him a bit more. They've got Morrison, Downey, Phillips rotating on the wing, it seems. What's up? Hello, Mario. What's up? You nervous about Neil? A little bit. He needs to average like 140 to maintain his price. What about Dusty? You can start Dusty if you want. It's just, you would probably get him at like 500k like every year. YMP, playing halfback. Duggan, not a good pick. You can pick Duggan if you want. I prefer other options. Not sure Duggan has a high ceiling. Look, I just got flamed. Did I flame you? I don't know. Jack Crisp if you want. No kick-in, so hurts his ceiling. Tracy, not really. Nah. Don't think he can score much. Could be good. Maybe kicks a bag or something. Kick the bag at training, an intra-club or something. Tracy's an interesting one. Could be good, but I don't know about his job security. Seems really shaky. Not sure he even plays. Fantasia, bad injury history. So, he said that he's like, his injuries is related to stress, which makes a lot of sense. And he's like less stressed being around family, so maybe he gets a good run at it. Maybe he kicks a few bags when Port go off, but yeah. It's okay. It's just that like it can work, but it's not probably going to exceed expectations, if that makes sense. As in like, for his price probably needs to average like, 80 plus? That's like probably his ceiling, I guess. I think he averaged like 83 one game. Or 1 year, can't remember. Why your team has no loophole? Well, I'm probably going to run Combin at F over Fullerton, to be honest. It just makes the forward line a little bit vulnerable for like first 6-7 weeks. So it kind of doesn't sit the best with me, but I have no interest in running a loophole elsewhere. It's either Combin F8 or no loophole. And just Guan's first 3 weeks is perma captain. First 3 plays, yeah, all second rate, all rookie rucks. Yeah. Do I pick my boy Nick Hind? Maybe, Seb. I just feel like he's probably going to be in the 80s somewhere, but he looks really good. He can accumulate. Wouldn't be surprised if he's like top 12 forward. Do you reckon your team will change? Probably not. Hasn't changed for a few days. Only Hind and Atkins changed really since the Dogs game. Who's going to be your captain loophole? I just said Combin probably. Do not sleep on Willem Drew. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just going to keep an eye on him. LJ from school. LJ, how are you? Been a long time. Hope you're done well, man. Go Crom, definitely. Say hi to the fam for me. TH, Toronto, Phillips, Rao, or Simpkin. Cheers, George, loving the content. Toronto, Phillips, Rao. Probably... Oh, that's such a good question. I don't even know. So, I don't want Taranto. It depends if you're happy with like low hundreds from Taranto at M8. If you're happy with that, then probably Taranto. Phillips is a little bit of a risk, but I feel like he's going to get the inside mid-time. And sometimes if you feel like he's going to get the mid-time, it might not be enough. You need to be more certain. But for his price, and I'm not sure about the forwards quality, I think it's okay. And then Rao is like, it's so hard to tell with Rao. Or Simpkin. And I'd put a line through Simpkin, even though Simpkin can work, it's just North premium and like can be a bit undisciplined and butcher it a little bit. So it's a hard question. I don't even know who's going to go better at Toronto and Rao. Because Because Real, I wanted to see big tackle numbers and I didn't see it. I can't even answer that. It's too hard. Put it this way, I have Phillips, and Phillips is probably the lowest scorer out of this lot, but he's forward eligible and by far the cheapest. So I'm going to say Phillips, just because I'm not certain about having Taranto and Rao in the midfield. But yeah, I think Rao's probably going to be fine. Are you happy? Yeah, I'm doing okay at the moment, I guess. Is Stuart... I just found that a funny question. Sounds like a psychologist. Is Tom Stewart a must-have? Is it, or is it better for my team to get Clark in the back line and another premium midfielder? I don't think he's a must-have, but I think I'd rather pick him than not pick him. So I'd just go Stewart. Okay, I need to play through these questions. Thoughts on why you wouldn't go Butts to Dow by swinging Clark in defence? That's probably one move I've thought about. Can I even afford it? Oh, I might be like short. That's probably the only thing I've thought about. How much was Dow again? Oh, I can just afford it. Oh my god. I've thought about that a lot. That's yeah. Actually, I haven't thought about it a lot, but I was thinking about it before bed the other day. Actually, that's a very good point. Good pointing that out. I kind of want Highmore on the field. Maybe I should do that. I'm gonna think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna think about it. Yeah, I'll think about that. That's yeah. Here's the thing though, it's like, when do the Dogs play? I need to know if Scott plays, because then I don't have enough money for, like, I value having money for rookie corrections. So like, for example, Downey's 117. What if we get like Finley McRae round 2, round 3, round 4? I mean, I'm just making stuff up. Like, what if we get a 123k rookie that we need to bring in and I can't get to them? That kind of bothers me a little bit. What was I even looking up? I forgot I was looking up. I've lost where I'm up to. I've completely lost where my train of thought. Oh yeah, Butts and Dow. Now I've lost my I've had like a completely lost where I'm up to. Okay. But yeah, I think my point was I just want to make sure I can get to a player from 117k to 123k. Zorko instead of Zach Bailey. I'd go neither. I'm just not sure where they use Bailey. I don't like picking 30-plus-year-olds. What's your job? I'm a sales rep. So I drive around in a car, go to grocery stores and try and sell them stuff and put up displays. Pretty simple job. I went to uni and I don't need a degree for this job, but I like it. I like being on the road. Like, I just jam in the car all the time. So I like it. It'd be better. Sometimes I think maybe I'd be better in like an environment with lots of people, like in the workplace, because I don't really see the people I work with. Like, I barely see them. We're a small team, so I have thought about that. But yeah, I would recommend that job. Pay's not the best, but yeah, important that you like your job. I think I couldn't live with a job I hate. It'd be horrible. Dangerfield Essential, nah. Cunnington or Prestia? Neither. Have I read these questions? I feel like someone said Cunnington or Prestia. Favourite crom player? I don't even know. All my favourite Crows players have left. It used to be Dangerfield, it used to be Tippett, it used to be Scott Welsh, it used to be Charlie Cameron. Like, all my favourite players leave, so I don't want to curse anyone. Probably Laird, but he just signed, so we're good now. right idea to have the butts on the bench, 170k waste? It is. It's a good point, Brady, but I don't really know where I want to use that extra 50k anyway, so it just kind of the way it's worked out. There's literally no other defender rookies unless we get lucky. How long have you been playing Supercoach for? Like 6 years or something. That's the thing though, like I'm going to do a video on this entirely. But like Supercoach, it's hard to learn Supercoach when it's, for example, you can go, if you're trying to learn footy, right? You can go to the park, you go to training, you learn, you train all preseason, you can do match simulation, and then you go play games and you like implement that match simulation. There's no match simulation for Supercoach. You pretty much learn as you go. Like you realize like at the start of the year, oh, I made that mistake, and you can't really, like when you're trying to fix it, you get punished really hard for it. It's not like footy where, okay, we made those mistakes last week, we can fix those mistakes the next week. In Supercoach, you can fix those mistakes, but you pay for it a lot more than, if you know what I'm saying. So probably like the first 3 years, I didn't really know what I was doing. Even the first year of Supercoach, I didn't really know what I was doing either. I started to learn. I tried to learn off what other teams did. Or like what winning teams are doing. So I tried to do that. Had a good starting team, but got baited into plays. I didn't really understand how important the role of players were. And then probably the next year, I think I did okay. I think I just had a decent year. Finished 400. I can't remember what I did wrong. I think I went too many mid-pro. I've had like Miller in my starting team. I had Steele and Sloan and Matt Crouch with 3, not fails, but I guess Steele was probably a fail that year because he tagged it. 3 just like boring, like not the best midfielders, put it that way. I had an okay year, and then last year I didn't understand I had too many if picks, if that makes sense. Like Segler could have lost his role and he ended up losing his role, but he was injured as well. Tom Lynch doesn't, like, why don't I pick a key forward? Like, how many like key forwards like barely ever work? So that was a really bad mistake. And then Houston, I was kind of okay with like the Houston miss, but defenders were pretty hard to pick last year. This year it's a lot easier, it seems, because there's heaps of options. Excuse me. So like what I'm trying to say is like, even though I've played for like 6 years, it's you kind of learn every year a bit more. So I feel like this year I've learned more. And look, maybe I've made dumb mistakes again this year, but I feel like every year I feel like I weed out the mistakes year on year. So yeah. But yeah. Do you think really Clark could be worth it? Yeah, I think he will be. Phillips and Torrendo don't finish top 8 in the position. Are they worth selecting? They're probably going to be your M8 and F6. So because they enable what you can do with the rest of your team, it's okay. Because you get more points early on because you've saved money and use that money elsewhere. But later in the season, other people will have better F6s and F8s. So it kind of balances out. I don't know exactly what's better or worse, but I think it's okay. I guess it depends on how much money you save. So I think it's okay. I wouldn't go more than I wouldn't go Phillips and Caldwell. I'd go just one. Like I wouldn't go Taranto and say Cripps. That's on the assumption that I'm not sure what Cripps does this year. Thoughts on Dan Houston? Yeah, he's a seagull. Not saying he's a bad player, but like he's a good player. But yeah, he can accumulate a lot in defense. I think it's fine. Probably goes 100. Berry, not really sure. Probably not. No Anderson or Matt Rao. This year, Matt Rao. I got Anderson in draft the other day, so I was happy with that in the keeper league. Mills. There's no much point going Mills when you have all these good defenders. So yeah, Spills. Good. Thanks, George. Good to hear from you, Spills. Can you do a podcast at some point this year? Love your team. Can't figure out whether to go Dampy or MP or which one to pick. Yeah, we got to do something. Like I have all these videos planned for this week. I just haven't done any of them. Just get slack with content. But yeah, we'll definitely do something this year. I need to get you guys on my channel as well. So I'll try and organise that in the early rounds. You and DR. Yeah, I'd go Impy. Danaher is probably slightly safer. Know what you're going to get, but I feel like Impy's role is so much better. And the extra 20k you save is great. So yeah, so I go with that. Doherty. Doc is a hard one. Doc has durability issues, but I fully expect him to go like 105 plus. Fresh club and Clarko factor. I guess that means Phillips. Maybe that helps. Segla's a pod. Stop it. Is 3 defender primos enough? I don't think so. Unless you go like Clark, Young, and maybe you like a Markov or something like that. Some new halfback. George, have you heard of the Draft Table podcast? Heard a few astute calls on that. Okay, that's probably the host of the Draft Table podcast. So good luck with your podcast, but I haven't heard of it. By the time you're seeing this, it's probably your pick in drafts. Oh yeah, it is. Should we make a draft pick? So we're in a keeper league in the Discord, and I'm tanking for the first few years. Oh, it's my pick. Okay, we got to pick somebody. So this is my draft team. As you can see, we have a rule. Players must be like really young. So yeah, I don't really care. Like people probably won't be around in 5 years when I win everything. Well, I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I'm clearly doing a heavy rebuild in keeper league. So yeah, got some nice picks here. Took Petrarca. I think I had pick 12 or something. We don't have a ruckman because we're gonna get the number 1 pick. So you're just gonna tank in the ruck position. So you need to pick a defender. Who's people taken? Rockcliffe. Someone took McPherson. I was going to take him. Haitley, Wilkie, Blakey. Man. That's really bad. I left McPherson way too long. So let's find a defender. Okay. Barras is like too old. I don't even know. By too old, I mean like I need like 23 and under. Not really sure who to pick. I don't have like a draft list or anything. Just do it off the top of my head. Not really a draft person. Just doing it for fun. Shoal might be mid only though one day. So it's like Oh, so many bad options. Markov, not really. I think we just go Braden Campbell if he's still available. Maybe I missed a bad pick, I don't know. Hopefully Campbell's still on the board. Draft is so laggy. Please have Campbell still on the board. Oh no. I don't see him. Oh my god, we lost Campbell. Oh no. Shit. Logan McDonald as well. I was going to take him. Oh jeez. This is looking pretty bad. So yeah, we took 4 mids first. I don't think that was a good idea. Oh jeez. I really should leave this till another time. I think we'll just try and figure something out. Bolter? Can he even score? Greaves is like mature age, I think. I don't know who to pick. Do we just tank and go like Lockie Jones or something? I'd take Shaw if I knew he'd be defender. Let's go Rivers. I don't even know. We're just picking like first, second, third year players. Plus, we're going to trade Petrarca for some high draft picks. Yeah, I think we got to go Rivers. Oh, hang on. Wiedering's low ceiling though. We need high ceiling later in like a few years. Whatever, we'll just get Rivers. Okay, sorry about that. Let's play through these questions. How? Nah, not really. Ed Langdon? No. I'm a Hawk supporter. And anyone who's worried about MPJS is dumb. That must be Dom. We have a guy called Dom in the Discord and he's like diehard Hawks. Whenever someone says Hawks, he just writes a complete essay on him. People probably not watching anymore after I took 5 minutes to pick my draft. Yeah, okay. Thanks for that, PewDiePie. Yeah, someone told me that Impies might lose a spot. Like, I don't know why. That's one of my issues is I just believe everything. Where do you think the Crows will finish this year? Oh, hang on, Darcy McPherson. Nah, don't pick him. Do you think Crows will finish? Probably bottom 4. Hopefully we get Horn. That'd be great. Griff, go Crom. Yep, go Crom. Jack Steele for Brownlow. Yep. Happy with 11 plus Phillips. Yep, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I know, but like the rookies are thin. And like upgrading, like I have a lot of players that are inflated price, so it's going to be, I'll be doing a lot of one-up, one-downs, like Zeeble, MP, Campbell. Clark is like expensive, so yeah, I know it's going to be a pain upgrading, but I've seen there's been a winning team in the past that had 12 keepers. So do you think you Hagen will get a game? Probably not. He's garbage at this stage anyway. Hey mate, I've seen you've gone with a cent forget Grundy ruck scoring. Was the most possibly effective position in scoring last year due to limited minutes, with 3 of the best rookies being. Okay, you didn't finish this thing, rucks, and you are locked on Gawn and Grundy. Yeah, I'm locked on Gawn and Grundy. The downside of if your rookie rucks go wrong, you're screwed. It's pretty simple. So I'm not willing to take that risk. And Gawn and Grundy both captain options, and they're the 2 best ruckmen of all time for Supercoach. So just pick them, as far as I know. Matty Rao worth keeping if you want. Atkins average over 85. Okay, bear in mind, this is not Tom Atkins, the pressure forward. This is Tom Atkins, the halfback defender, okay? So, for what I saw, he was really good. He scored like 120 or something, and he was really good the week before. And again, I have to keep saying that, Matthew Scarlett wanted him to play there. I understand there's risk here. There's a lot of risk, but he's only 290k. It might need a correction, and I'm prepared to take the risk. Yeah, I'm happy with my depth everywhere, so yeah. So yeah, and that's the thing with like some people say, oh, I have 13 keepers, you only have 12, right? Well, people with 13, they probably don't have a lot of the big dogs, and they might have dodgy rookies. So like they might have like no Lloyd, for example. So yeah, I have, apart from Neil and Oliver, I pretty much have secured 3 600k mids and then Gawn and Grundy. So yeah, it's only going to be it's going to be difficult upgrades in the midfield, but elsewhere it should be pretty easy. I think I'll be fine. All the midfielders, I think midfielders going to be hurt a touch this year with their averages, so maybe that helps a bit. And not only that, because of the Corona year, they're all inflated as well, on top of the fact that the new rules kind of maybe lessen midfielders a tiny bit, so maybe that helps a bit. Thoughts on Dusty? Yeah, pick him if you want. I wouldn't be surprised if Warple goes 110 next 2 years. Yeah, that's fine. You're a North supporter, Hawk supporter, so a bit biased there. Can you go without the Lloyd pick and exclude the injury risk from Zach Williams? No, that's all. No. Don't pick Williams. Rao will be a top 8 mid for points this year? Possibly. I doubt it though. Could be wrong. Jake Stringer, no. Luke Ryan, if you want. How many questions have we got left? I need to go to bed. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to get these done in 5 minutes. Okay. Ryan, probably go someone else, but you can pick Ryan if you can. Thanks for the advice on Danger. Now I have enough cash to get Neil. Good on you. Good job. Rao or Toronto, probably. I still don't know the answer to that. Probably Rao. I think Toronto's a bit safer. Hello, Jordan. Friendly reminder, track draft. Yeah, I just did it. Brad Hill, no. Tom Mitchell, upgrade target. Thoughts on Taylor Adams, no. How many injury history? I sent you a video you made for yourself. I sent you your video that you made for yourself in 20. I know that one. The if picks and the no max scorn one. Someone sent me that the other day. I rewatched it. Who's my if picks? Maybe Tom Mitchell, maybe Atkins, but he's really cheap. That's about it. Maybe Clark, and then slight if on Steele when short. Other than that, it's fine. But yeah, you're not always going to have like a perfect team that passes a risk test. Heppel, no. McCartan, no. Oh, he's new role for McCartan, mostly. Maybe he works, I don't know, probably not. Stringer's crap. I have Danger. Do you think he's definitely no-go? Do you believe wait and see? In the long term, it's just hard to see a 31-year-old with coming off a 4-month groin injury, probably longer because he had it through the season. It's very hard to see him. He's already complaining about he was feeling sore and he's going to take a while to get some match fitness as well. Like, why would you pay $600 for that when you can just pay $600 for a better durable mid in the same age bracket, in a better age bracket? It doesn't make any sense to me. And he's been declining for years, so it's like, I know he's going, he might get more mid-time, but just pick a player with a better preseason, and that's not in decline. It's pretty easy. I just keep losing where I'm up to. Look, you can pick Danger if you want. I know most people are advocating for Danger, but not interested. It's not how I play. Brad Hill, no, Tom Mitchell. I've answered this. I wouldn't pick Tom Stewart. Well, maybe his injury history isn't the best, but for the most part, he plays most games, so that's the only issue I have with that pick. Do you know the water carrier? I think I've heard him in Discord a bit. I think. Heppel, no. Hayden Young, Paddy Brown. Yeah, they're fine. Ollie, yeah, if you want. I'm not going to. Are you amazing? That's not for me to decide. Paddy Dale's fine. Jelly, upside note. Danaher if you want, but I think it's better 200k options. Dow or Phillips. Well, Will Phillips not playing, so Dow. Do you have friends? Yeah, I have a group of high school friends. That's about it. Tom Green's still a good pick. Yeah, if you want. Lloyd is a nightmare to trade in, facts. Crisp if you want. Luke Bryan if you want. Can you talk about Josh Kelly? No, he's a trap. JD. He's a trap. Don't do it. Thoughts on Dersma? Probably not. Is he more outside? Maybe more inside in the future. Houston, yeah, if you want. Butters, unsure on his mid-forward split. So it's been questioned, but no one's talking about Ethan Hughes. He can't kick apparently, so probably no. Look, it could work. I haven't looked at Ethan Hughes enough, to be honest. I just prefer safe options. Meeks is a hard one. Look, I think Meeks might stay in, because I know there was an article on the Freo website saying they might need some creative solutions to deal with all their injured tools. But I think it feels Flynn is a little safer right now, and Hunter probably plays at least 4 games. So make of that. That's the info I have. But Meek's actually really talented. He's good. Just that there's less certainty. We kind of know what's happening with Flynn. Maybe he underperforms and gets dropped at some point, but he's going to get a run in the early rounds. Hunter will play at least to round 4, so then Meek's a little bit more question marks over Meek. Is no mid-pricer, not counting Dow, a problem? It probably... If you're going no mid-prices, I don't see how we get enough base rookies to like fill a team. Unless we magically get 3 extra pop-ups. So I think it's probably going to be an issue. Duggan, nah. Just pick better defenders. It could work, but nah. Magic Dawn, no. When are you and Shorty doing podcasts together? Never. Thoughts on Jayath? No. I think he might lose his spot to Scrimshaw. Barkley, 1-2 defender rookie. I have never heard of him. I feel like I'm being trolled. Basley, not Barkley. Why I say that? What do you think McRae average? Jackson, probably like 120 plus. Thoughts on Ryan McLuggage Gaff? I'd probably go... I wouldn't start Gaff. Gaff is maybe an upgrade target. McLuggage, probably not sure he gets enough inside mid-time, but he's a star, so maybe just wait and see on McLuggage. And Rao, you can pick if you want. Tom Green, if you want. Just not sure he gets enough. I'm not sure. I don't trust Leon Cameron, put it that way. Okay, apparently Trelaw was gacked on the floor of Village Ballet. I hope so. I hope someone got pictures and sent it to the dogs. Can someone send that info to Western Bulldogs media so that Trelaw gets in trouble for us? He shouldn't be able to get away with this if it's true. To go away trap, 2 injury prone, Heaney, no, better off. What do you think Atkins could average? I wouldn't have a clue. I'm hoping 85. He doesn't take kick in, so that kind of hurts. But he has a really good game and he played really well. Done everything right. Been in defence the whole pre-season. Get rid of Williams. Lockie Neal. Yeah, I know he looks good. Price collectively with limited pre-season. So, yeah. I'm just, a bit stubborn with limited pre-season. And obviously, like, Stewart had a minor interruption. Lloyd's had a minor interruption, but I think like Lloyd's injury is like very short term, very weird. Like he was like kicking a ball off the ground and strained his knee somehow. and he's going to be in full training. So it's very obscure, weird, shouldn't affect anything. Whereas Neil had a calf issue for like quite a few weeks, as far as I know. So yeah, like Lloyd will maybe miss like 1 week of training. Neil missed quite a fair bit, but it's hard to know how much limited preseason affects players. But Neil's probably fine. Neil was a lot better with full preseasons than when he didn't have full preseasons. Yeah, my friend was there. Trelaw was out clubbing. Okay, good. How did no one get pictures of this? Him like being off his face. Phillips or Toronto? Oh, Phillips because he's forward probably, but Toronto's going to score more, obviously. Most likely, I should say. Edmund Bergman doesn't play. I'm not really an expert at this, but from what I've read and what people have told me, feels like that it's just very hard to find a spot for him in that team. Jordan Clark, yeah, thanks George, no worries. Who's the best loophole? Combin. Saunders is the best loop. No, don't. I explained it before. I wouldn't bother looping defense and mids. Because then I explained it before. I need to do like a video on it explaining, but I'm probably too lazy. Put Scott forward and play Fife M8 so you can... No, I don't want Fife. Thoughts on having 3 premier defence? Clark Young, maybe a little bit risky there. I think you could if you want though, but I think there's too many good defender premier options, so I'd pick them. This question is too long. Yeah, these picks are all fine. Caldwell, a bit iffy. Hey George, will the Supercoach Take podcast be on Spotify before Thursday? I gotta follow that up. Maybe. I think I gotta pay $30. I haven't paid it yet, but maybe. Hey John, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Dom Tyson. Yeah, as good as he is, I don't know if he holds his spot with Dom Tyson. So, does he lose his mid-time? Like, maybe he stays in the team because apparently he's got a really good preseason. They should reward him. He was in the starting centre bounce. So really good setting the example, but do they prioritise other players in the team or in the midfield or in the midfield? So, I'm going my risk with Atkins. Like I could go to Atkins to Tyson, but I kind of just like Atkins because he's a forward. So, that's that. I think Atkins has a better chance of holding a spot than Tyson. I don't know that for sure, but I feel like Tyson could start sputting it up. Maybe Atkins does as well, but I'm not really sure. People are screaming. Sorry about that. Will and Drew, yeah, it's good scoring potential. Rather wait and see. Lloyd down to Stewart, no. Thoughts? I guess you could if the cash makes it really good. Thoughts on Houston over Stewart? Yeah, I guess, but Stewart's a bit safer. Jeremy, hey, yep, hello. Your flag winners this year. I don't know why I bother tipping flags because I just don't know which teams are better. I just look at individual players. So I think my tip was Brisbane, but I don't know. Honestly, I think Port's list is pretty scary. There's so much firepower up forward, and then defense is just stacked as well. Midfield's pretty strong, but not super strong. But defense and forward line, it's crazy how much firepower they have up there. Maybe Port, or never write off Richmond, obviously. Probably when it feels like the last few years, apart from that stuff up against Collingwood, where Collingwood were just getting off to those fast starts and they just did it against Richmond. Feels like we've all been playing for second with Richmond, so maybe it's that case this year again. What's your highest rank? I think it's 346. Do you trust Leon to give Flynn 6 weeks? Hopefully. Leon's a moron. But yeah. That's, pretty lot of poor footage of him on the Making a Mark Amazon thing. Gorn and Grundy didn't play Amy too well. They don't care about those games. What do you think of Higgins and Smith from Geelong? They're great. I wouldn't pick him though. Danaher if you want. I think there's better 200k options, but completely fine if you want to pick him. 5-5. Yeah, this structure is fine. 5 defense, 5 mids, and 0. Yeah. If you want, you can do that. What do you saw Caldwell averaging? 85 to 90, maybe. Are you happy with Neil Oliver, Cripps, Rao, Green, Heppel? Yeah, if you want. Maybe one of Heppel and Green. Maybe one of Cripps and Rao. Phillips or Toronto? I've been asked that for 40 times tonight. I like Phillips only because he's a forward, and I feel like the quality of mids are better than the quality of forwards, so it might hurt later in the season a bit more, but Toronto will score more. George Brother, not sure if I should downgrade Oliver to maybe Andy Brayshaw to upgrade to Atkins. Okay. However, who doesn't love Oliver? Yeah, Oliver's great. I'm a bit worried not starting him, to be honest, but... see, you're going from a safe pick to two dodgy picks. So it's like... I don't know. It's hard. I probably wouldn't. I know Atkins can work. He might not, but you're going from one pick that's working to two picks that might not work. So maybe just stick with Oliver. Maybe just jump on Atkins if he goes really well. But yeah, I'm just looking at it from not looking at the perspective of like individual players. I'm more looking at it from a point of view. Yeah, you're going from no risk to two risk players. So yeah, that's my thinking. Is it stupid to kick Zach Williams? Very. Green or Cordwell? I don't know. Probably Cordwell because he's forward eligible, but yeah, just because I don't trust Leon. But Green with a better coach, more mid minutes, it's very clearly Green. Giath probably not. Phillips or Rao? Probably Phillips because he's forward, but yeah, Rao's going to score a lot more. Do you think it's a bad idea to go Gorn, Flynn, and Hunter emergency? Yes. Pick Grundy. Hi George. How good is Heaney? Ugh. Is Lloyd there? Daniel? Harms? No, don't pick Harms. Thoughts on Ridley? Fine. Dugowie? No. You got defenders only selected. Campbell is mid forward. You've got defenders only selected. Campbell is mid forward. Yeah, pretty much. Defender filter on. Oh, okay. You guys are. Did I miss Campbell? Oh my god, you guys are right. Good point. Okay, I just realised what I did. Yeah, why was I looking for Campbell in defence? So I just lost Braden Campbell and everyone in the Discord saw it probably. Oh, I'm such a moron. Good point. Do you have a league? There's no league spots left. Yeah, I'm so stupid. I was just thinking because he's playing halfback, so I was looking at defenders, not concentrating tonight. Defender filter. Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. It's half an hour delayed, so like, yeah. Okay, thanks for pointing that out, but yeah, I'm so stupid. Can you explain how to upgrade players, downgrade and upgrade? Yeah, so yeah, when your rookie's like 300k or something, downgrade him to 120k, that's rookie that's playing, then yeah, just trade during the season. They're going to clown me on the Discord for Campbell. They're all laughing. Oh my god, someone who took Campbell. Oh no. Oh, that is painful. Honestly, the Discord, they have no sympathy for anyone, those boys. Thoughts on Tom Joyce? No, I don't know. Campbell, everyone's laughing. Darcy Parish looks good, but probably not. Danger, I don't know, like 110. I'm not sure he plays 22 games, so I know he's durable over the past, but given the preseason, I think Stuart said not everyone will be playing 22 games. I'm not sure. Maybe like 108. Maybe, I think most people very much disagree with my Danger prediction, but that's fine. Hunter over Flynn. I'd just probably go Flynn, but yeah, Hunter could work. Look, Marshall's injury might keep getting pushed back, and Hunter might make a lot of money. He's ready to go. Daniel and Atkins or Martin and Young. I've lost concentration. Daniel and Atkins. Hey George, Lockie Neal with the Carfish pre-selection. Looked fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. It's just that he's so expensive and there's a pre-season. Alright, I think we're going to wrap it up. Oh, we're so close. Giath, no. Joyce, no. CJ Lock, no. CJ, no. Dyson Heppel. Oh, Dyson Heppel might be okay. So I trade out Heaney. Yes, get rid of Heaney. Can you rank Stuart, Daniel and Short? That's so hard because I have all three. That's a way too hard question. I have a video on top defenders, so you'll see that this week. I think I have Daniel Stewart then Short. Or it's probably more like Stewart, Daniel Short, but yeah. Yeah, pick Gorn. Ridley's fine. CJ, yeah. Flynn, Flynn and Hunter than Meek, it seems. Cordwell, Dawkins probably not going to play. Frederick, injured. No, there's no beef. No issue at all. Thoughts on Isaac Chug? No, don't pick him. Can't score. Sounders is a forward. Who cares? Laird, probably like stuttering at this point. I'm just out of gas. I need to go to bed. Laird, Short, Young. Let's read this. That's fine. I don't see any bust picks here. They're all good picks. Very good. Very good, Theo. Dusty or Danger? Dusty. Only because of durability. Danger's going to score more though. Thoughts on Jones? I don't think he plays. Cox? No. Trade Phillips for Dow, then upgrade Phillips into Hind. Nah, I like Phillips. Bitterick? No. Kieran Briggs? I don't think he plays. Gould? Probably not. Jones doesn't play, I don't think. Who will play in the forward line? Probably McKernan. I don't know. G'day. Steele, McRae. I like both, but McRae. Dusty over Degoe. Scottish Suitcase is Himic Luggage. I like, yes or not. I'm thinking you mean Alaire, probably not. First, you're taking serious lovely content. Thoughts on Tom? I can't read that. Joe? Tom? I can't read that. Juoce. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to bed. Thanks everyone for their questions. I can't believe I stuffed up that Campbell thing. I'm so stupid. But yeah, thanks guys. We'll see you guys soon.